So I'm going to show you the essential setups to modding Assetto Corsa. Apologies for any poor quality of the recording. I wouldn't have been aware of it. I don't use OBS that often. So normally they are through Google Drive. So you just click download and find a place to save it. I have a certain place to save it, and I keep the WinRAR files just in case I need to access them again. So this one was a random helipad aircraft carrier map. Got it off of Facebook. But the more common places are places like here, like Race Department, and you get all sorts of different things. So this is the New York E-Pre circuit. So just click download, and something's gone wrong here. Let's just give it a refresh. There we go. There we go. It's saving. So just click save. You can click save. It will just go straight to your downloads, or you can click save as, and you can choose somewhere specific. Don't know why it crashed like that. And then to get to cars, there are all sorts of different places. There's Assetto mods. There's Assetto land. Again, you can get it on Race Department. There's Assetto Corsa mods.org. I actually quite like them. Some of them paid, so that one for the 1986 season is €10, but some of them are free, like this 2020 Ferrari, and the Tyrrell P34 is also free. Those are good mods, but you can get most of what you want for free. So if I go to Assetto land here, just a random one, if I click Bugatti, here you go, this is a car I don't have. It's a Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. So click download. Again, it's a Google Drive. So just go there and click download, and then you'll get the little pop-up at the bottom. There we go. And click save. Most of them are Google Drive. Sometimes it's through somewhere else. Can be wary of them, but most of them are fine. They shouldn't be viruses. So what you need to do is you now need to go into your settings. While it's down at settings, you need to go into the file explorer, and you need to find where your mods are. So mine are under downloads, and I've got them in a specific little folder. I don't know what that one is, but yeah, we can see the ones that I downloaded: the Chiron, New York, and the Carrier. And then what you want to do is you want to find where you keep your Assetto Corsa stuff. So you want to go into the hard drive where it's saved. I think it's in Steam Library content. Oh, that's just a backup one. I have that in case I need to back up the thing, because sometimes it fails, so you need to uninstall and reinstall everything. So yeah, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, and then Assetto Corsa is there. And you then want to go to Content, and this is where you find everything that's part of it. So you got your cars, you got your tracks, but there's also textures and weather and drivers and things like that. So what you want to do is you want to open up the WinRAR file and, of course, pay your annual fee. And here you go. Here's the file. So you want to click it because you want to make sure what it says, because this one says apps and content and extension. So we're already in content. But if you go back one, there you can see apps, content, and extensions. So what you want to do is basically copy these files. You want to copy these files over, so highlight them all and just drag them into the folder where those folders already exist. And then it will just copy everything. So that's all been copied already. So that's how to do a car. That's one of the tracks. Here, if I click the Bugatti, close that. So if I click it, there you go, straight away it's got things like animations and AI and things like that. So this is straight up just the file for the car, so you don't need to worry about content or apps. So if you go back into content, go to cars, and then just that little folder that says Bugatti Chiron, just drag that over, and there you go, it's in your folder along with all the other stuff. That's the more common way to do it. Sometimes it will require you to drop it somewhere else because it'll have an app or extra drivers. So again, look, here's the Carrier. Again, that's got AI and things like that. So you just drag it into the tracks folder. I just dropped it onto it and it will go straight in. There you go. And what's this one? Because I have no idea what this one is. This is a dead one. Sometimes you get dead ones, you need to check them, so you can see what is what. So that should be everything done. So if we go into Assetto Corsa, obviously it can take long. The more apps you have, the longer it can take. This video has been edited just to cut out the loading times. But then when it finally goes, you can click on drive. They're going straight into the sessions. So here's a selection of all the different cars. So here's Bugatti. There you go. There's the car that I found. There's the Chiron Super Sport 300. So there you go. That's there and existing. So I can just click that and go to tracks. So I've got a list of all my tracks. So one of them was the New York E-Prix circuit. So if I just type in new, there you go, New York E-Prix Brooklyn. Easy peasy. It's though it's on race, so I don't want to do that. I want practice. So I'll just go ahead and jump into the car. Then it will load up. If the car fails, it will just go back straight to the menu from this point. But here we go. We're in the car. We're in New York. I just need to move the thing. It looks different on my screen because I play Assetto Corsa on the Oculus Rift in VR, so that's why the menu was all to the side. But here we go. Look, it's working, and there's sound. Very tight track, but yeah, look, it's working absolutely fine. So these mods were installed successfully. Yeah, using VR and using my wheel as well that's connected to it. So yeah, easy peasy. That's pretty much how you install the thing. Breaking out. Oh, brakes aren't that good in the Bugatti. Oh dear. But yeah, that's how you do it. Again, the menu will be better in your game. I'm using VR, so that's why it's all a bit funny. But just roughly to show you as well the sort of cars and mods that I've got. Like, I've got thousands of other things. All these flag ones are F1, showing their year. So here's like the whole 2010 season. I've got all sorts. There's 1976 season, the Humphrey Lauder season. There's that. It's 2006. I think there's only one car in that. Yeah, there's only one car. The whole of 2014, and 67 even, classic stuff. There's even this. You can get joke ones. You know, this is a Formula COVID-19 made out of pasta and loo roll. And you can just get all sorts of really random bonkers stuff. Look, if I jump in, look, there's like Bentley blowers and things like that in there. A bubble car and some touring cars. All sorts of different things. Look, there's the Bugatti. There's an old 1930s Bugatti and a president's limo, and the Back to the Future DeLorean, complete with flux capacitor. All sorts of different ones. If we go along, look, even Del Boy's Reliant Robin and things like that. The Red Bull X 2010 from Gran Turismo. There's the Tesla Cybertruck here. Suzuki Liano. Formula E car, I've got the Gen 1 and Gen 2. There's a freaking Amazon box. Now that's got like a V10 engine. It's an Amazon box. You can just race an Amazon box along with like touring cars and the Pikes Peak car and things like that. You can just do all sorts of stupid things. Look, there's a Suzuki Liano, which was the reasonable price car, which neatly leads me onto tracks. Look, so we saw New York. There's obviously Nordschleife. Nordschleife Tourist with AI. So you start in the car park and you can have other cars programmed to race around with you. Look, there's like the 1960s version of the Nordschleife. All sorts. There's France there. Rainbow Road from Mario. That's intense. All sorts of different stuff. Look, some more E-Prix circuits, different versions of Silverstone, Snetterton. Got Night Spa from '66. There's pre-war Spa, so that's like 1930s Spa. Look, and there's the Grand Tour and Top Gear. There you go. So you want to do style and reasonable price car? There you go. That's pretty much everything.